Ever wonder how someone just quits their safe, high-paying job and manages to build $1 million business from scratch? Well, today we're going to break down the exact steps a former consultant took to do just that.
And I'm not kidding. Take a look at this number, $90,000 a month. That's what this founder, Sahel, is pulling in. And get this, it's only 2 years after he walked away from his corporate job. Yeah, you did the math right. That's over $1.1 million in annual recurring revenue. It's a staggering figure for sure. But honestly, the story of how he got there is even more fascinating. So, that's the big question, right? How on earth did he actually pull this off? Well, let's get into it. We're going to walk through the 4 key phases of his journey, from being just another consultant to becoming a millionaire founder. All right, phase 1. This is the big one. It all starts with what is, for most people, the single scariest step you can imagine: quitting that stable, high-paying job. You know, most of the advice out there tells you to start in the shallow end, right? Build a little side hustle, keep the safety of your day job. But Sahel? Nope. He decided to jump straight into the deep end. He quit. Cold turkey. Sounds absolutely crazy, doesn't it? But here's the thing, and this is so important. He wasn't reckless about it. He actually calls himself risk-averse, which is wild. He systematically took the risk out of the decision. First, he saved up a full year's worth of living expenses. A whole year! And second, this is genius. He negotiated a 1-year sabbatical with his employer. So, he had a safety net. If it all went south, he could just go back to his old job. Okay, so with the leap totally de-risked, it was time to get to work. And this brings us to phase 2, the foundation. Because before he could even think about a product, he had to completely change the way he thought about money, business, the whole shebang.
It all started when a friend told him to read a book called The Millionaire Fast Lane. And let me tell you, this book hit him like a ton of bricks. After he finished it, he literally sent a message that said, "I can never go back to my job after reading this book." That was it. Point of no return. It just completely flipped a switch in his brain, shifting him away from the old school 40-year career grind to this new idea of building a system where your time isn't tied to your income. So with this new mindset, he didn't just sit around waiting for a lightning bolt of inspiration. Nah, he got practical. He started a list of every single problem he could think of. Problems at work, problems his friends complained about, even just tiny everyday annoyances. And that list? It grew to over 50 potential business ideas. Okay, but 50 ideas is a lot. How do you possibly pick just one? Well, he turned to another book, 100 Million Offers, and used its super simple but really powerful framework. He basically ran every idea through 4 questions. 1. Is the problem really painful for people? 2. Does the market actually have money to spend? 3. Are these people easy to find and talk to? And 4. Is the market getting bigger?
And that little framework? It led him straight to a winning idea, an AI tool designed to save video editors a ton of time. So, with the idea locked in, it was on to phase 3, the build. And the name of the game here was speed, like extreme speed, and getting non-stop feedback from users. Now listen to this because it's so important. His first move wasn't to open up a laptop and start coding. Nope. The very first thing he did was get on the phone. He started conducting customer interviews. He found actual video editors and just asked them one simple, powerful question. What are the biggest pains in your butt when you're editing video right now? And this is where things get really wild. Just look at this timeline. The speed is just incredible. In the span of a single week, just 1 week, he had the idea, interviewed people, threw together a clunky proof of concept in 2 days, and got 20 beta testers signed up to give him feedback. From an idea in his head to a product in users' hands in 7 days. That's insane. So for the next 6 weeks, he was just in this crazy fast feedback loop with those testers. They'd mention an idea or a bug, and boom,
he'd ship a new version, sometimes in just a few hours or by the next morning at the latest. He was also dog-fooding it, which just means he was using his own product constantly, so he felt the user's pain and joy firsthand.
But, a great product is one thing. Getting people to actually pay for it is a whole other beast. And this brings us to phase 4, the growth. This is the part nobody likes to talk about. The unseen, unglamorous, relentless hustle it took to get from zero to his first big goal, $10,000 a month.
Just look at that number, 10,000. That's roughly how many cold emails and DMs he sent out in a single year, just to get the word out about his new tool. That's some serious grind.
And see, that was his growth engine. It wasn't some secret hack or magic formula. It was just good old-fashioned, high-volume, disciplined outreach to creators and influencers in that video editing world. He didn't tap into some fancy personal network he already had. He built a scalable system for affiliate marketing completely from scratch just by showing up and doing the work, day in and day out.
And here are the results of all that grinding. It absolutely paid off. He smashed that initial goal of $10,000 a month in just 4 months. And from there, the business just kept growing and growing, all the way up to that $90,000 a month figure we saw at the beginning.
So let's just quickly recap this whole incredible journey. What are the big takeaways? First, de-risk the leap. Give yourself that runway and peace of mind. Second, build your foundation. Get your mindset right with the right books and frameworks. Third, build insanely fast, with a nonstop feedback loop from actual users. And finally, fourth, grow with a relentless hustle, the unsexy work that really moves the needle.
And that whole story really just leaves us with one final thought, one question for you to chew on. What's that one painful, annoying problem that you deal with every single day? Because you never know, that could be the next $1 million idea.